I have been waiting to make a video on the 3 gate mob beast for a while, specifically because we're in season 2 arc 4, and in this arc one of the main villains is a bunny. But it has for some odd reason taken me a while to make this, with me constantly writing the script over and over and over, just for me to always scrap the video. But since you are seeing this video, much like a sperm, it was the one that made it through. Before I begin, as per usual, when I do these videos, I typically have a spoiler warning in the beginning, but I decided for this one specifically I would not add a spoiler warning and keep everything relatively anime only. However, there's one thing that I will spoil in this video. Personally, I think this spoiler is so minuscule it does not affect anything in the story, nor is it some sort of big reveal. Also, this is something that won't be shown until season 4, but if you wish to skip past the spoiler, there should be a timestamp on the screen telling you where to go. But if you want to take my advice and hear the spoiler, then continue to listen. With the introduction out of the way, let's talk about the 3 great demon beasts. Of course, before I go in depth on the 3 great demon beasts themselves, I must speak of their origins. From what was shown in the anime, we learned that they were created by the Witch of Gluttony, Daphne, though as of arc 6 we were given more context as to how these demon beasts were created. During arc 6 we were given Daphne's backstory on how she became the Witch of Gluttony, and simultaneously through this backstory includes the creation of the demon beast. One day a man fell very ill. Sickness was incurable. In an act of desperation, being afraid of death, the man stretched himself to any means of prolonging his own life. After many failed attempts at different methods, he was able to obtain a technique which was taboo in order to obtain a longer life. Many lives were sacrificed and all were rendered useless. However, among those sacrificed was a woman. This woman had forgotten her name, her birthplace, and all her memories were just burnt away. He then began the experiment on the woman, and unlike his previous tests, this one was a success. A sense of joy and relief befell the man, and in doing so he released the constraints that held the woman down. Next thing we knew, the woman woke up from an unconscious state, only to find that she was in an empty castle alone. Unknowingly, she had ate the sick man. Even after eating the man, the woman was still hungry. After a long period of time and eating everything that was in the mansion, she still had a pain craving for hunger. And suddenly an illusion of a horde of dogs appeared. Not caring for the hallucination and the physicality of the dogs, she began to eat them. After eating the first horde of dogs, more dogs along with other kinds of different beasts began to show up. She began unknowingly and unconsciously through these hallucinations creating more and more demon beasts. After a whole week of fighting against her creations to eat them, it began to spiral out of control, thus forcing them to break free from the castle that they fought within. Once everyone was free into the outside world, this woman known as Daphne had just released all her demon beast creations onto the world. Daphne created the mob beast in order to satisfy her own hunger. The white whale with its large size would be able to fill hundreds of people. Along with the white rabbit's multiplication, they can forever feed someone. However, with a positive outlook on the production of the demon beast, the negative aspect lies when Daphne explained during her talk to Subaru that it would be unfair for the demon beast to only be hunted and never hunt. Because these ferocious creatures are allowed to attack, they have caused devastation for many people within the world. Now to talk separately about each of the 3 great demon beasts. First, I'll begin with the Black Serpent, simply because it is the fastest to get through. The Black Serpent is the only one out of the 3 that we have still yet to see. There are 2 instances where the essence of the Black Serpent was shown. We don't know what the Black Serpent looks like, however we know what the venom of the Black Serpent looks like. It has been shown in the Frozen Bonds movie along with being present in the Amelia backstory. Black Serpent can infect its victims with hundreds of disease just by a mere touch, along with desolating the ground that it slithers under, cursing all beneath it. It was said in the novel that one person that came in contact with his tongue was scarred with the red blackest burn, another had their skin from the neck up covered in reddish black spots that gushed black blood, another had their body dried up to the point that touching them might break the body apart. It is also said that the poison of the Black Serpent is a sentient entity that can move on its own. Next up is the White Rabbit. With their display and introduction in Arc 4, the White Rabbits are monstrous carnivorous creatures that eat anything that is not nailed down. The White Rabbits eat any creature, however there comes moments when those creatures run scarce and then there is no food left. In the case of a food shortage, Daphne has programmed the rabbits to begin to partake in cannibalism. Once there is no beast or human to devour, the rabbits will begin to eat each other. Even though they eat each other, that never diminishes the number because the White Rabbit can constantly multiply. multiply at a very alarming rate. The cap for the white rabbits are 1,000 bunnies, so once one has been diminished, they will instantly multiply to equal back up to that 1,000. White rabbits follow the structure of the strength in numbers. Individually, they are not that strong, but together, they are more than a force to be reckoned with. When one is gone, another spawns from the body of the rabbits. It is a constant continuous cycle of eat, die, and repeat. Lastly, we have the white whale. The white whale has terrorized the continent for centuries, devouring merchants, entire armies sent to kill it, and even whole towns and cities, all while being controlled by the Synarch Bishop of Gluttony. It was finally taken down by the forces of Emilia, Bruce, and Anastasia's camps. The white whale is a very large flying whale with skin as hard as stone. The reason it has for the gift of flying is due to the white whale's pink whale appendage that sits and floats on top of its back, giving it flight. It also is covered with small hairs that are in place to relinquish some of the damage done from incoming magical attacks. The white whale has the offensive ability of using its mist. This mist is split up into two different forms, the mist of mental contamination and mist of elimination. First, starting off with the mist of mental contamination. Releasing this mist from its glands scattered across its body, this mist causes for anything it touches, in this particular case a human's mana, to be poisoned, which can result in the person going insane and dying. The second form of the mist of elimination, releasing from its glands as well, erases a victim's existence from the world and the memories others will have of said person. Lastly, as a last sign of self-defense, the white whale can clone itself, making up to 2 other clones of itself, and on top of a ferocious scream that will decimate its listeners. When the white whale is cloned, the mana and power are divided amongst the clones. Well, that seems to be it for my discussion of the 3 great demon beasts. I am happy that I finally put this out. Like the video, comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe to the channel for more ReZero content. Follow my Twitter along with joining my Discord. All links are in the description below. Thanks for watching and goodbye.